Favorite celebrities. Christopher Walken. You know, he's always around. Ooh, I gotta turn the fan off. A little chilly over here. I've been out in that hot Florida sun all day. Now I'm in this nice air con. Maybe I'll go put a Spirit jersey on. Ho ho! Yeah, hello. Hi, it's me, Al Pacino. We are building Legos. Oh yeah. Yeah, Lego my egos. If there's any of our celebrity friends that you'd like to hear from, just let me know. I'll make sure I bust them out. I'll say, hey, celebrity friends, we got requests. People want to, they want to hear from you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that ain't right. Long time no see. It's like we were just doing this or something. Gilbert Godfrey is he's a work in progress. He's tough. I gotta ease into him, you know. Gilbert. Oh, Grimace. I don't got Grimace. I don't have a Grimace. Grimace. I gotta get Gilbert was what was I doing to get into him? It was something about Aladdin. I forget what the line was. It was Jabbar, what is it? I am A-O. Yeah, what was it? What was I doing to get into him? Gosh, I forget what because it's always a phrase that I try to use to ease into these guys. Gilbert's was something about Aladdin. Aladdin is a... Oh, there it was. Aladdin is a little bastard. That's what I was doing. I was calling them all bad names. Jafar is an asshole. Jafar, I don't like you very much. Jafar is an asshole. That's what I was doing. The genie is a big blue. I can't say what I was saying about most of them. Yeah, that's what I was doing to get into the Gilbert. Michael Briggs, the legend. The legend, hey. Fink family stopping in to say hi. This is the Legos and not for you. But I appreciate your support. Hit the like button too. Do that as well. Oh man, cracking myself up with these little things I do. The things we do. For love. A brain, the knife. Where is my pinned comment, Mr. Blue Hat? You can pin the blue hat if you think it's effective. But I need a pinned comment, please, on the stream. That is not, the stream will be starting soon because it's on. Yeehaw. Hey, go here. We need ourselves a new pen copy. Oh yeah. See, Pacino's so easy for me to go into because I just gotta go, hey, here, yeah. Me, you, us, I, them, hell yeah. The stream will be starting soon, everyone. Yeah. Skip a kill, there it is. I said if he felt as though it was effective, and he obviously does. That's how it goes. Yabba-doo. 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 Lickety-hoo-hoos. Building the Legos. Yabba-doo. Yabbity-hoo-hoo. Yabbity-hoo-hoo. Yabbity-doo-doo-doo. Yabbity-hoo. Yabbity-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Or perhaps we could hear from former President Barack Obama. Here's the thing. When you want to buy yourself some Legos, you are going to buy them, okay? You got to pick them out, and you got to put them together. Hope, dream, Lego. If you come to my house looking for Kit Kat bars, and I give you a peanut butter cup, and it is Halloween, you better deal with it. All right, peanut butter cup, Kit Kat bar, or peanut butter cup. Here's the thing, the Legos are big. Legos are not always going to be easy. But if you put them together, they will eventually become big. And that's the facts. Okay. Barack Obama. Or we could hear from former President Donald Trump, also known as the Donald. Okay, I don't know how to do a Trump really. My Trump has changed so many because he's changed so much. At first, I used to do him like this. I would be super smooth. I would talk like this, huge, China. Everything was like that. But then he changed. Everything changed. You can't, the Trump's not. Now everybody just does the Baldwin Trump. Being very, very mean. Very mean. Plus, he's tough to. Trump's a tough one. He's not as easy. Obama's easy. Clinton's pretty. He was alright. He's not that. George W. Bush. Now he's that. Now that's an easy one because everybody just does Will Ferrell. Hotel tour can do a pan home pad. Bobby Boucher. Hi, Tomster. Bricks Live Tomster. What's up there, Brian? My favorite Bobby Boucher line is, why? That's the only one. Why? cried like a 10-year-old girl. Why? Professor, are we still having the exam on whatever the hell it is? You know, yes, sir. Only if it's okay with you, sir. And say hello to your dear mama for me. Okay, I will. Louisiana frog cakes. Do the voice of Pat. Pat? The voice of Pat. Oh gosh, Pat doesn't have like a catchphrase or anything I can kind of lean into. Plus he, although has a smooth jazz voice, suited for radio, I don't know if there's any particular kind of twang on there that we can lean into. I've only met a few people in my actual life that I could do a bang-up impression of, and they did not like it. There was this one kid I worked with at the beach who had the craziest like lisp you've ever heard in your life. And he was into helicopters, and one day there was this helicopter going over the top of us, and I was like, hey, what kind of helicopter is that? I was like, is that an Apache? He's like, an Apache? That's not an Apache. That's a dual rotor normal helicopter. It's a two-seater. Like Apache. Apache has war guns. Apache has missiles. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, you know I'm going to be doing this all the time, right? And I'm going to be walking around all the time going, an Apache. Like, come on, dude. What are you doing? Relax. Like, this is hilarious. You're cracking me up. You got to take it easy. Has missiles. I was like, it has missiles. Oh, yeah. You think I actually thought that was an Apache? So he was a kid that had a very unique voice that was pretty spot on. And I could do him pretty good. That thing has dual rotors. He had a little radio and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, way before the movie Radio came out, he had radio. Like, I can pick up all the frequencies. I'm like, the frequencies? What frequencies? We're in Rhode Island, dude. You think you can pick up on, like, NASA secrets? What the hell are you talking about? The frequencies? Of what? I had to work with him all the time, too. Like, dude, I'm like, yo, man, how the frequencies today? God, shut up, Toms. I swear to God, if I ever hear something cool on the frequencies, I'm not even gonna tell you about it. I'm like, oh no, not that. Are you not gonna tell me about the frequencies, man? Come on. That ain't right. I want to know. Say what? This thing's facing the wrong way. Oh no, it's not like we weren't friends. Like, we were cool. Trust me, I was hella cool with him. Compared to some people would be like, dude, shut up. They would just be like, because he did not have like any kind of like special needs or anything. He was just an eccentric. I mean, I suppose you could consider a speech impediment like a I guess you could call it like a handicap, right, or a disability of some kind. But the funny part of it wasn't his like that was not. It was just him. You know, just like the way he was just hilarious. He was actually probably one of the funniest, like, actually funniest people I've ever been around. In terms of just like, wow, this dude, what the hell, what are you even talking about, man? The frequencies. Oh, I'll never forget stuff like that. The frequencies. There it was, ladies and gentlemen. Bam! We did it. No, we didn't do the Colosseum. Don't get excited. We did not do the Colosseum, but we did finally finish the very confusing box 3, which actually had one of our bags from box 4 had to come over here to finish this. It was a little funny, but it's done now, and it's going back into the gigantic thing that is going to become the headstone of the entire box graveyard out there. The box graveyard now has a, God, what do they call these things? You know, the big, it's not a sarcophagus, but like a, oh, Elizabeth, she's here. She's the wordsmith. Elizabeth, what's the thing, not like a tomb. You know, they're in normal cemeteries and they're bigger. They're bigger. You know, you walk in them sometimes. What is the word for this thing? What the hell are they called? Not like a maybe it's like a sarcophagus or no, that's like the thing that is the. Oh my God, I have no idea. I think it starts with an S. Now I'm just pulling out all these words that relate to dead things with an S. Mausoleum. Okay, sure. Yep. That sounds right. Lie in the grass next to the mausoleum. I'm just knocking your bedpost, but you just a line in a song. Drop a heart, make a name. We're always living in stepping for the wrong team. We're going down, and she will be coming down. I am a woman. We're going down. You're not in your bedpost, but you're just in a song. What was the part where he's like of that song? He's like the guitar player. I remember in the music video, he goes. And he like licks his hand. You remember this moment in the music video? Very iconic. Oh God, I forget what the line was, but he was like, yeah. What the heck was it? Oh. We're always stubbing and slipping for the wrong time. What was the first line of that entire song? Maybe I can just remember the whole thing, or parts of it. You know how it goes. I'll just remember the beats. What was the first line of the whole song? just a couch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. We're slipping in, slipping from the wrong team. Yes! Am I more than you bargained for, yeah? Oh, I've been dying to tell you everything. That was so, oh my god, what a jam! Cause that's just who I am this week. Lie in the grass next to the mausoleum. I'm just a nudge in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. Drive on, make a name. Oh, we're slipping in and slipping for the wrong team. So good, man. That was a jam. I'm just a cat in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. What a great line, you know? What a stick it to the chick line, you know? That's right out of Taylor Swift's book. I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song? Take that, Taylor Swift. Am I more than you bargained for, yeah? I've been dying to tell you. He's got that funny way of doing it. That's a lot of just bouncing around. I don't know what they would call that exactly. I guess it's just riffing, really, with your voice. Very similar to that old Billy Joel Armstrong from the old Green Day. Remember them? Very similar way of controlling your voice. I'm a little Diana Ross. Dude, I wouldn't even know a Diana Ross song off the top of my head if it was $1 million question on Jeopardy. I Will Survive? Is that Diana Ross? I don't know these things, guys. My music is very weird. We talked about this on my stream tonight. I'm much like Jack Black. I know the jams, but sometimes pulling them is a little harder than... I like Aaron Neville. You know, he does that little... Whatever I need, she supplies. Living in paradise. he hits all those, like, you gotta squeeze it. Like, you know. She run my heart till death do us part. At least that's how I thought it would be. Mona Lisa, you call my name. Laid it apart, but I could not respond. You ever seen Horatio Sanz when he's on SNL and he does the impersonation of Aaron Neville? Oh my god, it's so funny. He's like, I need more cocoa butter for my hair. I need more cocoa butter. The cocoa butter. It is so funny. One of the most like accurate, funny, because you know Aaron Neville, he does not talk like that. Aaron Neville has a hella deep voice. Well, kind of, sort of. He got a very unique voice in real, like when he talks. Well, he kind of right down there, you know. He's got more of like a soul kind of voice. But then when he starts singing, he just goes like, He just pops it right up there. I don't know. He's an incredible guy. Everybody loves Fallout Boy. Come on. Who don't love Fallout Boys? They were good, man. Dance. So good. That's a great song. They're not bad, man. I like Fallout Boys. I need more cocoa butter for my hands. Do you need cocoa butter? I need cocoa butter. I know, girl. That's one of my favorite songs ever, actually, is that Daredevil song with Wyclef. Yeah, wake up, people. Wake up, people. It's time to get woke, y'all. Josh wants you all to get woke. Get woke. How do you know where the pieces go? Using the force, I know I feel it out. I'm like, no. The dark side is pathway to manipulability. How the dark side of the force. Is it possible to learn these powers? Not from a Jedi. Have I ever told you the story of Dark Plagueis the Wise? Dark Plagueis was a Lord of the Sith. Dark Lord of the Sith. Why do they always say that? A Dark Lord of the Sith. Oh, what was he, a Light Lord of the Sith? Come on now. We get it. We know. We get that. Okay, we got it. We get it, Palpatine. Palpatine. Boom, boom. Something, 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 dark side, yes. Gimme. Ooh, Vader, look at you rough. I like that. That's my favorite Palpatine, is like that kind of funny Palpatine that they do in Robot Chicken that ended up getting transferred into basically all of like the kid stuff, Palpatine, you know, and in the what most people know him from is like the holiday special, because that was people's first taste of those characters in those forms. Rey, when she's talking all super British, you know, she doesn't really talk that like that, but when you get Lego Rey, she's like, my master, my father's master, my master's father's master, master's father. You're like, oh, I don't remember Rey talking like that at all. Well, Palpatine, he's actually kind of better in a lot of those things. Trooper. Stormtrooper. 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 My lord. Stormtrooper. My lord. Stormtrooper. My lord. Trooper. My lord. Trooper. You guys have seen this clip? There's this Palpatine going up the escalator and all the stormtroopers are passing him and they're like, Emperor? Emperor? And he's just getting pissed because he has to keep saying, like, Stormtrooper, Stormtrooper. He starts getting all mad. He's like, oh, that's funny. He's funny, that Palpatine. That Sheev Palpatine. Stormtrooper. Whoa, Vader. What's up? What's going on? Wait, what do you mean they blew it up? The whole thing? They blew the entire Death Star? It's so funny. It's actually, the guy that created that version of Palpatine is Seth MacFarlane. As we all know, the king of Family Guy and American Dad and Ted and all that jazz. But he was Palpatine in those first kind of when they did that, and Palpatine they had to find like that new kind of version of Palpatine and it all got mimicked off of him, which is hilarious if you think about it. Like, he's just such a genius voice actor. Over here, huh? Just making sure you're okay. You good? You're alright? Good? Okay, good. Heard you're doing a lot of licking. I'm making sure you're licking up some crap on the ground. That's the dog. Alex in the house. That's another great one. If you haven't seen that, I don't know what you'd have to do to YouTube it or whatever, but there's put like Robot Chicken, Palpatine, Vader call or whatever. It's so funny. What do you mean they blew it up? The whole Death Star? They blew up the entire thing? Well, where are you? Like, come on, man. He gets all into him and he's like, oh, he's crying. Hey, Vader, come on. It was my little Dark Lord. So, you know, George Lucas approved all that. That was some of the first Star Wars that ever got approved outside of him. The only time it had happened before that where Star Wars had been approved for television and he had no control over it was actually the holiday special. He likes to say that he didn't have control over the holiday special and that he sold the rights off. He kind of did, kind of didn't. But when it came to those Robot Chicken guys, that was a huge deal. And Family Guy too. You know, obviously Family Guy ran with it, you know. Seth MacFarlane was like, listen, dude, I like that we're doing this on your little Robot Chicken show, but we're going to go do it on the big show, too. and you know, Seth, what's his name? Scotty? Austin Powers? What the hell is his name? Seth, what is that dude's name? Seth Green, thank you. I was gonna have to go look it up. Seth Green, he was like, dude, we're gonna do this on both these shows. And what's good is I'm sure a lot of the stuff they couldn't do on Robot Chicken because it's all. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. It's all stop motion. It's really hard to do. Family Guy, they could just do it. I'm gonna wash my hands. that was a healthy slinger. Yeah, that's what happens when I go to the cot. When I go to the Epcot, there's all that pollen in the air. I was actually surprised I wasn't sneezing it up today because I felt it. And mask too. I feel like it kind of keeps some of the pollen like right in front of your nose. I don't know. Anywho. Anyways. Admiral Akbar cereal. It's a trap. Oh god, come on, Boba Fett on those was epic. Boba Fett was like a whole nother dude on those, on the robot chicken. He was crazy. Out of his mind. Literally crazy dude. Hey, Boba! Oh yeah! He was basically like Macho Man Randy Savage. It's time for Boba! Oh yeah! Ew, Nemesis, that's so gross. Oh, they're just farting up a storm. Just like, gross, Nemesis, you're gross, man. You gotta cut that out. Got to cut it out. Dog is gross. That dog's gross. Gross, man. Stuff basically happened like right after episode 1 and 2. It's in the midst of all that. Am I remembering that right? Maybe not. Maybe it happened after the entire prequels came out. That was one hell of a thing. I remember I had that on my PSP. Okay? That's how far back we're talking. I had it on my PSP. Seth Green was almost in my class. His mom got him into a special admission school. We had mutual friends. That's crazy. Wow. What'd you think of WandaVision? Oh, I love it. I adore WandaVision. 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 That was my favorite of all the songs. Number 2. Yeah, I'm deep. I mean, I love House of M. I was waiting for House of M. There's a couple things I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for Secret Wars forever, but I don't think they'll ever actually be able to give us a Secret Wars that was kind of worth it. Secret Invasion would be cool, but I think we're just way past that now. I mean, once we got to, like, once I saw that it was going to be Avengers, and then it was, like, Civil War, I was like, oh, interesting. Because, like, Civil War is a very, 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 very new comic. I'm like, that's an interesting choice. we don't even have Peter Parker. And at that point, I mean, Spider-Man's role in Civil War is essential, almost. Not in the terms of, like, let's get him so he can fight Captain America and the gang at the airport. Like, Peter Parker reveals his identity for the first time ever in canon in that. I mean, that was a big deal. And it was a part of, like, the superhero registration thing was, like, Tony versus Cap. It was very deep. I just didn't know that they had it set up right. And they did a pretty good job. And then they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna do Infinity War now. I was like, oh, are we? Like, what about all that other stuff that we were supposed to do? Did you forget about the other stuff? So I think we kind of jumped the gun, and now we're in kind of this very weird territory where I'm going to have to see how they handle things. For me to think that, like, House of M, one of the most amazing comic book arcs ever, is being told in WandaVision, I don't know if that's enough for me, you know? Like, that's a big one. It has to hopefully transfer into this next Doctor Strange movie, which is the Multiverse of Madness. And my hope is that it's going to lead, because Kevin Feige has said it's going to lead directly into that. So my hope is that this TV show is, like, super essential in terms of, like, its quality is going to be right there with the MCU, so that it bleeds into Doctor Strange in a way that's, like, that House of M feels like a more complete story. And I'm also just like, I'm confused on, like, are we just gonna, is it just gonna be a reversal of, like, House of M? So, like, instead of, like, Wanda getting rid of all the mutants, she's gonna, like, what? Bring the mutants to life or something? Like, cracking this multiverse, she's gonna somehow, like, bring the X-Men in, and that's how it's all gonna work. I mean, that's House of M. It's about mutants. It has nothing to do with anybody besides. I mean, it does a little bit, Captain America especially, but outside of him, like, a little bit of Iron Man, a little bit of Spider-Man as always. But, like, come on, it's a mutant story. We don't have mutants in the MCU yet, so it's like, what is this? What's going on? So I'm trepidatious. I have been since I saw Infinity Gauntlet. What the hell was it called? Endgame. It's supposed to not be called that. It's not even a real thing. Endgame. When I saw that, I was kind of like, uh-oh, you know, like we're in a little bit of trouble here, you know. It was enough, just like The Mandalorian. You know, people walked out of Endgame and they were freaking out and they were so happy. Just like they are with, like, Luke Skywalker at the end of Mando, right? They're like, oh my God, you know. But that stuff's not always good. That's not always, like, a good thing. It can sometimes lead into bad. So we have to kind of wait and see. We have got to wait and see when it comes to WandaVision and how it ties into the greater MCU, its importance. Because you got to think, like, if Wanda brings mutants into the world in this show, like, that means that this show was more important or as important as any of the movies that have ever been out. Because, like, that's the next stage, right? Is, like, now that they have the Fantastic Four, now that they have all these rights, like, the MCU is going to become bigger. And this whole alternate reality thing is the perfect way to kind of introduce that, if you ask me. And half the internet, of course. The MCU is the greatest cinematic achievement that ever was, and possibly ever will be. Well, you know, obviously one day something will come along, but boy howdy, let me tell you what, it set the stage. WandaVision. What do you want from me? That's it. All right. I know you guys have forgotten how much I've actually put into this. You might have think I've been slacking, but you also forgot how gigantic this thing is. And every time I put it on the table, it's just a little reminder of, hey, I have not been slacking. This thing's just an ass kicker. All right. Don't smash it though. Don't smash it. Try my best not to smash it. Don't wanna smash it. Don't wanna smash it. Don't wanna smash it. So, not only does Chick-fil-A have good nuggets, but they got super good mac and cheese. Chick-fil-A. Uh-huh. Mac and cheese. That's pretty damn good, man. I mean, look at that. We graduated to a new pinned comment. Because we graduated and you could get through anything if magic made it. Onward. We push onward. The Romani Ottimisti. Ritti Ottimonte. Ritti Postiotto. It's a little more Arab, I hate to say it, than it is Roman. Romana, it is not Romana enough for me. I like it more Romana. Yeah, back to our classic Roman gin. Roman! Rome is the light. Who said that? Well, who's that beautiful little snippet from Mark? Marcus Aurelius. It's weird sometimes stuff that pops in your head. Everybody love that. Everybody love that mac and cheese. Everybody love that. Mac and cheese on it. That mac and cheese. Gotta eat it up. Gotta eat it up. Eat it up. Yum yum. Yum. We got ourselves some pretty serious building here. So it begins. We're not mimicking anything anymore. We are building new. All reversed, opposite way of everything we were building before. So it's a fun little switch to turn in the brain. Is that you, Nemesis? Is that your farts? Smell like that? Holy macaroni. And not the good kind that I'm eating, like macaroni and cheese. That was Maximus, there you go. Rome, baby. Roman. Rome. Marcus Aurelius said something. Next time on Survivor. This person's mad at this person because they broke their alliance, but this person's so hungry that they can't even function anymore. Who will be voted off next time? It's only a day away. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Feliz cumpleaños. What kind of music is this? Is this Spanish music? Like, if you had to take like a guess, like what kind of music this has, is this like some kind of like Chinese music? I can smell Rome burning. As can I. No, I can't. That was a good smell though. We're gonna ride that puppy as soon as we walk in tomorrow. And get on an old spaceship Earth. Remember that was supposed to get refurbed and then never got refurbed? Why the hell couldn't that have happened with Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom? I mean, come on, Diz. Reggae, clearly. Clearly this is reggae. Made popular by such gentlemen as Bob Marley, Toots and the Maytals. Do you think Disney owns Deadpool? Disney does own Deadpool. And they will let it release as a rated R. I believe what Disney does in those situations is they release it under, what is it, Touchstone? Is that Disney's, I always forget which one it is. But that will be in the MCU. So it's going to get released by Marvel Studios alongside whatever Disney decides to label it as. I sure as hell won't have Cinderella flying in front of it, you know? Not gonna be any castle shot in front of that one. Not that there's any castle shots in front of the MCU or anything, but point there in. Wow, that was good. That mac and cheese was a little cold too. I was not expecting to enjoy that as much as I did. I'm happy I got to it while I did because it wasn't super cold yet. It was getting on its way though. Nuggets can be eaten at any temperature, but cold mac and cheese is just about as good as cold French fries. There's only one place for that, the trash. In the trash. So, Bricks Live was approved for YouTube partnership today. Let's all clap together. That is not monetization, but it is step one. Back in the day, things was different. So monetization is a little different now. But I would say within the next week or so, we will get everything we need set up. And there will be a celebratory stream. I would say closer to the end of, middle end of next month, something like that. But hooray for step one. Bricks Live, the premier LEGO live streaming channel. That is not yet the premier LEGO live streaming channel. I don't see these pieces. No need for alarm. Oh, because that's not what I'm looking for. Because that's not what I'm looking for. That's why I cannot find them. It is hard to hear Tom. Oh, I don't think so. I can see the mic right here. It's like bam, bam. I'll turn this down one click for you. I can see the mic going bam, bam, bam. Popping off at the mouth. So we let Congress get held hostage by the South? These Virginians are birds of a feather. I'm from Virginia, so watch your mouth. So what do we just let Congress get held hostage by the South? Is this a music stream station or your MP3 setup? MP3, dude. What a freaking thing that I have not even thought of in years. This is youtube.com, which is where I consume all my music from. And When I say all of it, I mean besides the one Led Zeppelin CD that's been in my car since the day I bought it. Outside of that, that's where I consume my music. Someone sent me a Spotify link the other day. I was like, is there a YouTube? You have a YouTube link? You know that thing that literally anybody can click on and it just plays? Not something I gotta go sign up for and get monthly booped in, get boo, make a playlist. I'm like, what the hell? YouTube made it all simple for you, and you just want to make it. Oh, hey, where you going? Got somewhere you going? No. Hey, don't get too close to all that. That's the wires and stuff, buddy. You can't be all near the wires. You'll knock all this over, and then I'm gonna throw you in the pool. What's the YouTube link for the music? Oh, I just put in like Roman music. This one's called The Roman Battle and Epic Roman Music. We're also going to listen to the Assassin's Creed thing at some point. The one that we start with is called, Relaxing Roman Music, Ateas Romana. How did I find these? I punched into YouTube Roman music. Like I said, they made it pretty easy for you, you know? YouTube made it pretty easy. All these other things want to be like, but why don't you want to have Apple Music? I'm like, why would I want to have Apple Music when I have YouTube? They're like, oh, but if you have Apple Music, it's, you don't even need to be online to listen to it. I'm like, oh yeah, I can just download my songs on YouTube too. And they're like, oh, but YouTube has ads. And I'm like, oh, not if you have YouTube Premium, which I think pretty much everybody on the planet does at this point. This has been the hardest Lego build I'll ever do, probably. The Falcon's going to be a pain in the ass, but it is not going to be like this with this repetition over and over and over, the same patterns. I mean, it's good for, like, the fact that we've had very few knock-on-wood mistakes. Because the pattern is like, I mean, I don't know, I think it's relatively simple. But gosh, it's boring. This is the kind of set, man, when you're done with it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm displaying that puppy. I can't believe some of those guys smashed their Colosseum, and they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna rebuild it. I'm like, oh, are you? Yeah, why the hell would you do that? Different strokes it takes, different strokes it takes, different strokes to rule the world. Oh, snap, Sam's official, y'all. Sam is official. She builds a little bit of Lego. Not to mention she's a mod on every channel. The perma mod. The mods mod. Tonight's Lego build is brought to you by the color Sandy Beige. Man. is sad for you. Come on down, Sandy Beige Beige Balls. Sandy Beige's Beige Balls. What the hell is the matter with me, man? Freaking nuts, bro. I'm freaking crazy, man. I'm like tapped out of my mind or something. I'm like wicked insane or something. That heads are all warped, guy. What's that, Donnie? Your Louis Vuitton? This is a hefty bag, guy. What are you talking about? Tom, I'll be starting BB-8 next week. Oh my goodness. You must be excited. BB-8. BB-8. My favorite Star Wars droid because he says his own name like a Pokemon. What do I love more than Pokemon? Not a lot. Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. Probably not even maybe Harry Potter. Those would be the only things that I like more than I like the Pokemons. In the Pokemon. BB-8. But I will say though, after I watched that Camp Cretaceous, I want a baby and I always said my dream thing like that would be like a Growlithe. Like a real life Growlithe. I think now it's an Ankylosaur. Uh-oh. Wee, wee, wee. Piece missing alert. Piece missing alert. Piece missing alert. Piece missing alert. Wee, wee, wee. Where is this thing? Ah, found you. Wee, wee. False alarm. False alarm. I miss playing Pokemon on the Game Boy. That was fun. I like Pokemon Go. It was the jam when it first came out. That was the best Pokemon that ever was. That first 2-3 months, holy crap, what a revolution it was. It was like Sorcerers last week on steroids and probably some crack. A little bit of crack and some steroids. That's what it was like playing Pokemon Go during its first month. Bananas. I was calling out of work. It was like, that was a job. I wanted to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. These Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon's gotta catch 'em all. What a great, come on, what a theme song. Doesn't get better than that. Pokemons. Piggyman's got a kitchen bell. Oh my god, look at these builds. This is so crazy. Oh my god. Hell yeah. Pokemon was a hell of a show. It wasn't as good as Dragon Ball Z, but it was good, but not as good as Dragon Ball Z. Pokemon was just a revolution in terms of like the game, just like Pikachu is. Like we were talking about it today on the stream. I don't think there's a character in all of pop culture that ever existed outside of maybe like Spider-Man and Mickey freaking Mouse, who is more like culturally iconic, recognizable Pikachu. I mean, come on, Pikachu? Everybody knows Pikachu. Dragon Ball never had that kind of, it just had the anime, and that's what it, and it did it better than anything ever. That's right, I'm no anime hound like some of you may be. I know people who like their anime, really like their anime, and they think shows like Dragon Ball are corny. Corny! But for a layman like myself who doesn't know much about the anime, that Dragon Ball Z is the best damn show. Great. Back to this. Back to building these things that I can't stand. What's the best place to look for Legos online? Well, Legos that are currently available from Lego, the best place is lego.com, because you're going to be able to use your VIP points, and VIP points build up, let me tell you. If you are looking for retired sets, my first suggestion would be to go to eBay and definitely do your homework. If you want to check out BrickLink, BrickLink is a great site that's basically eBay specifically for Lego. Although it does not come with some of the assurances and guarantees that eBay comes with naturally. So my preferred spot for retired sets is eBay. For sets that are currently in stock, lego.com or Walmart or Target. Tom, have you built the Lego treehouse yet? I have never built. We have not built the treehouse. It's sitting in the garage, ready to rock. If someone said a year ago I would be sitting and watching someone build Legos for an hour, you would have said, "Hell yeah, that sounds great." You just said, "Hell yeah, man." Oh my god. Talk about watching them. Imagine building them. I want to blow my freaking brains out all over your pretty little desk. You know what, Michael J? Makes me want to blow my brains out all over your pretty little desk. People are out here drinking non-dairy milks. I'd rather drink my own piss. Is this breaking news? Toddler drinks soy milk. Joins ISIS. Scooter Reinhold, ladies and gentlemen. Scooter Reinhold. Oh, I think I should eat a nugget or two, man. I don't know if I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I will do this. Oh my God. This is so hard. It's the hardest Lego set ever. Definitely getting back into building. It's a lot of fun. I finished the Lego cruising adventure today. I don't know what that is. Over 9,000. His pieces are over 9,000. I'm writing a paper. Want to trade? I don't know if you know what you get. I can write a hell of a paper. I'm great, Matthew. Great things happening soon. You don't have Target. Only 68 more bags to go. Yeah. Yeah, if you were thinking about building the Colosseum, yeah, for sure. You might wanna reconsider. You may want to reconsider. Is a lot. No, it's not 68 more bags. There's only not. There's only 7, 9, 8. 8 more bags. 8 more bags. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Some Gatorade first of all, because I need some energy. For the record, this is water. This here is agua. Does not have the sugars, the electrolytes, and the energy that I need to keep plowing through. Let's have one nugget, just to keep me going. Right, Nemesis? One nugget, not a big deal. One little cheeky nugget. One little cheeky. Oh, these looking good. Hell yeah, man. Chick-fil-A. Damn, these look good. Lay down, you. You ain't eating no chicken nuggies. These are for me. You get everything else. There's only 30 of these. I'm eating all of them. Nemesis is all tripped out because I gave her some Chick-fil-A sauce in her food the other day, and now when she smells it, she's just like, rah! Gatorade! There it is. Louisiana. Is Popeyes better than Chick-fil-A? I never even eaten Popeyes, I don't think. Wow, those nuggets are so good. Something doesn't look right about this. so crooked. Colosseum almost looked a little crooked on the side, but I guess it's not, just because it's down low and I'm not looking at it at the right angle. What is Brondo? Guys, what the hell is Brondo? I would not drink anything called Brondo because it sounds like something you clean the toilet with. Gatorade? Now that's a good name. Gatorade. Hey, Bobby. Yes, coach? Water sucks. Gatorade's better. Coach? Use it on the field. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Oh, Nemesis. Who loves water more? You, Bobby Boucher, or me? Probably Bobby Boucher, and then you. Why are you acting like that? Lay down, please. What are you, like, cold or something? Oh, this dog, she's getting old. You're getting old, Lemmy. So how about this? This is funny. I went over the counter to get this. This is from Debbie. You guys know Debbie? Debbie LaVoy. We've seen her a couple times. Her husband has given it. Her and her husband have given us IRL super chats, as I like to call them. They sent me this headband that I can put in my hair to keep my hair back in my head. Oh God! Oh! That's no joke. Oh wow! Ha! Oh, it works so good. Holy crap. Wow. Carl, if you send me chocolate, please, I can't have it for a month. I would not do that. Somebody said, Tommy, you can't have chocolate for a month. I said, you can kiss my... I'd go right into Al Pacino when I said, you can kiss my ass. Ah, Pacino. I love that freaking impression, man. That's my favorite one. That's my fave. Hardy. Hey, here it is, Garage Band. This is our favorite one. Hey now, hey now. This is what dreams are made of. Okay, where the hell are we really starting this early? Come on. Come on, Lego set. With all this BS. Where's this piece? Trying to start off all. Oh wow. Yes, the Lord of the Rings, we definitely, Smeagol was the one. He is the impression, the one impression to rule them all. But Smeagol is a rough one on the old throat. But Al Pacino, that just rolls right. That just rolls right on my tongue. Hey, oh yeah, here we go. You and me are gonna meet outside. Oh yeah, I am dropping the Legos. Big time. The Lord of the Rings. What an epic fantasy tale by Professor J.R.R. Tolkien, a World War I veteran, a professor of linguistics at Oxford University, and all around super nerd. In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. And from that came the most incredible fantasy history that has ever been created. Elvish is a real language. He was a professor of linguistics at Oxford. He created the language. And when he created the language needed a history. Who were these people? What were they? Where did they come from? Talk about, there's a reason why you read The Lord of the Rings and it's like, okay. And then you read something like Harry Potter and you're like, oh, so the train that goes across, Europe that nobody's ever seen. I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if I'll go to New Zealand. If I were to ever have done it, I would have done it as a kid because I was about as invested in the lore of The Lord of the Rings as I had ever. It really kind of cracked my... When I was a kid, I read comic books, but I didn't read them like that. You know what I mean? Like, I read them, which is why I know who the characters are and what they went through. But I wasn't reading them like the way that I have gone back and read them. Sometimes I was just looking at the panels. So that was my first kind of like, Harry Potter was cool when I was a kid and I read it, but I didn't think it was like very lore heavy. So Lord of the Rings kind of rocked my whole world. When I found out all that stuff, I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean like this is a real language? I'm like languages, there's only so many of those, right? But apparently I had a lot to learn. And I did. I learned a tremendous amount about Tolkien and the world he created. And let me tell you, he the man. And then there's these movies that Peter Jackson made that when you say The Lord of the Rings, that's what most people think of. They're two very different things, although they have so much in common. They are very different things, ladies and gentlemen. There is no Tom Bombadil in the freaking Lord of the Rings movies, okay? There is no scorching of the Shire in the Lord of the Rings movies. They are different breeds. If you have never read the Lord of the Rings, and if you do not like reading, then it might be kind of a task, because that is not the easiest of books. But if you like reading, and you have never read the Lord of the Rings, what the hell are you doing? First question. How's that even possible? And two, read the Lord of the Rings. If you can get through, really read The Hobbit. Because it's for kids. And it's a great book. And it's written in a very sing-songy kind of way. Very fun book, The Hobbit. You can read The Hobbit in a day. Short, sweet, a lot of cool stuff. If you like that, move on. Read The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Lord of the Rings. If you've read the books, you learn about all the rings. Yes, that is true. I mean, they give you a little history. They give you enough history of the Rings of Power in the beginning of the prologue of the Lord of the Rings. Really, all of Tolkien's history can be found in the appendices to the Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion. The Silmarillion is, without a doubt, the most heavy piece of reading outside of actual learning for your school or like whatever your education is, whatever your field of education. Outside of reading to pursue higher knowledge in that, you will never read anything else like the Silmarillion in your life. It is a beast of a book. Packed full of thousands of names and things. It is a literal history. It is like, it's literally bananas. The Silmarillion's bananas. That's where he really, I mean, between like the language building and the Silmarillion, because the Silmarillion was really the fruit of a lot of that language building and all that stuff. Like, he created something that guys like, the only guy that's come anywhere close is George R.R. Martin. And don't think that it's some coincidence, right, that that's what he calls himself. George R.R. Martin, J.R.R. Tolkien. I mean, come on. It's kind of funny, right? Like, so, you know, Game of Thrones is good. The books suck. I don't really like the books. I mean, I don't think they suck. I just think they're written in, like, just the worst way. Character to character. It's just so ridiculous. It's just a dumb way to write a book. But people love them who love them. And the show was bananas when it was bananas, and then it fell apart and turned into the worst show ever. None of which could have ever happened with something like The Lord of the Rings. Because think about it, a guy like that who tried to create such a big giant world, like, he failed so hard that he's been sitting on his ass for years, can't even finish the books. Because he doesn't even know what to do, you know? Like, Tolkien had it all in his head. Like, it's crazy. And then you look at, like, someone like, you look at J.K. Rowling, her world building is almost zero. You know what I mean? Her world building skills are literally almost zero. She has been failing for years to try to expand upon her world that she built in the Harry Potter books. And she has found, like, almost no success doing it. No real success, you know? She's JK, so whatever she does will get made. Like, if she's like, I want to do a play where, you know, everybody's grown up and it'll be like the 7th book that's not the official. But, like, of course it's going to go to Broadway. She's JK Rowling. She's got more money than God. She can do whatever she wants. Tolkien, guy was broke as hell pretty much. Well, he wasn't broke as hell, he was a professor. But he lived a professor's life. Like, he wasn't making cheese off the Lord of the Rings, the publication of the Lord of the Rings. He made, I'm sure, plenty of money for that time. But he wasn't like that. He wasn't, you know, like, that transformed that lady into one of the richest women in the world. And there's no world building at all. So when you look at a guy like him and what he did with fantasy, it's really hard to look at anything else. Even Star Wars, which has, we've all got to watch the world builds around Star Wars, you know what I mean? We got to see what Star Wars was, where Star Wars went, where it is now. Like, we're watching its world, and it's probably the greatest story of, like, our generation, you know? Is Harry Potter better than Star Wars? No, of course not. Nobody would try to, you know, debate that. It's just not. It's not as culturally as important. Harry Potter's not Darth Vader. I mean, even if you want to say Voldemort's not Darth Vader, you know what I mean? Like, Harry Potter, the dude, yeah, he's symbolic, but, like, you know what I mean? None of the, it's just, I just don't think that they stack up. I just don't think they stack up. I think if you were to try to say, what was the most culturally important fantasy of that age, and you had to pick one, there's no way you could pick Game of Thrones because it never even got finished by the author, and the freaking show is a mess. You couldn't say Lord of the Rings or any of that because that's way before us. It's based on stuff that happened that's like not, sure, we got to see the movies, but that's not ours. The movies are ours, but the story's not. Star Wars is that thing for us, you know, as a generation. And we really lucked out, to be honest with you. Because Star Wars is one of those things, I don't think it has like a death to it. You know, I think Star Wars kind of lives on. You think about the Lord of the Rings, like, it went into obscurity forever. Like, Lord of the Rings went into literal obscurity. If you were reading it, sure, there were people that read it religiously. Christopher Lee, who played Sauron and has played tons of other people, he's so famous and he died a while back. He read the Lord of the Rings every year of his life, like, religiously, before it was ever anything. My grandpa did the same thing. There were people that the Lord of the Rings was their jam. But like it faded away to a point where it wasn't really like a pop culture kind of thing. And then in the late kind of 90s, early 90s, this whole movement started. It happened in places like New York and London. Frodo lives, you know, you'd see it written on walls and stuff like Frodo lives. You probably, as Star Wars fans, you all think Ahsoka lives, right? But it's literally ripped directly from Frodo lives. Like, it came back in a surgence, at which point Peter Jackson, during the late 90s and early 2000s, was able to kind of say, hey, this is important, we have to make these movies now because look at this kind of, it's come back. It's cool to have a movie like this. Tolkien was so dead and gone by the time any of that happened. The Silmarillion was a hard cut, not hard cut because it was in a lot of pieces actually. Shout out to his son, Christopher Tolkien, who did an amazing job piecing that monster together. That was just kind of like, it was all there, you know? He didn't create any of this out of success, is my point. Like, he created it just out of his mind. The language, the world, the creation of it all, just for his own sake of, like, wanting to give... I've listened to interviews with him. He just wanted to give Britain, like, a proper history, you know? He felt like King Arthur and all that stuff was just, like, you know... all good and grand, but it didn't have true fantasy elements to it that he wanted. Elves and all that kind of jazz, dwarves, and he's the first guy to admit that a lot of the dwarvish stuff, a lot of the stuff with the men in Lord of the Rings, it's all based on like not Norse mythology per se, but definitely a lot of Old English stuff, you know. So he was really trying to like create something insane. Like me and you, all of us, like I got the YouTube channel, right? That's like what I do for creation. Some of you might paint, or some of you might do whatever. Like none of us have ever created anything like that, nor could we even begin to imagine what it would be like to create something like that. It's like the equivalent to like creating like the Bible or something, you know? Like the deal is I don't know if you buried the Bible and you buried the Silmarillion next to each other and like the bombs dropped and we all had to go underground and everybody forgot everything, whatever the scenario was, and like somehow like you had to like one of these, like they pulled them out of the ground, they read the same way. And to be honest with you, in a lot of ways, the Silmarillion's almost kind of heavier because it covers creation in a different way. You know what I mean? Than just like a singularity. It creates creation in a more... What Tolkien did was literally like creating the Bible. It's nuts. It's literally nuts. And then like, you know, I don't know, like Lord of the Rings... The movies, they just came out at the time before like this kind of crazy blockbuster world we live in. Where like if something has the name Star Wars on it, it's automatically going to make $1 billion, you know? If it has the MCU on it, it's automatically going to make $1 billion. If it's Jurassic Park, it's automatically going to make $1 billion. If it's Harry Potter, it's going to make $1 billion. Like, Lord of the Rings just did not come out in that time. And if it had... it would have been that movie. I still believe that. I think it would have been just like the highest grossing. I think it would have been the thing we all talked about all the time. It was a little bit before the internet really popped off. We didn't have the power to all like sit around and mull over everything and talk about our freaking theories, and it just wasn't that kind of world yet. Which is why the Lord of the Rings doesn't get the love that it really should. You know, we should all recognize it as the greatest piece of fantasy ever. We all should. Yet some of us don't because we think that it's like, you know, anybody in their right head who thinks that the Marvel Cinematic Universe or everything Stan Lee did, and trust me, Stan Lee is one of my heroes. I love that stuff. If anybody thinks that's anywhere close to what Tolkien did, they're stupid. They're like stupid. You know? Well, not stupid. I shouldn't say that word. They're just ignorant. They don't know anything about the subject matter. Because it's just like there's nothing like that at all in comics and the MCU. It's literally the Bible. Tolkien was a freaking genius. Stan Lee, genius as well, but two very different levels of genius. Like Tolkien was an actual genius, like IQ genius. You know what I mean? Stan Lee was just like a really cool guy. You know? It's like two very different things going on there. Two different levels of genius happening. Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby, all those guys that did all the OG Marvel stuff were geniuses. Jack Kirby's got some of the best panels that have ever been drawn in the history of comic books. I get it. I love comics. I get it. But the fact is that like something about the internet and the MCU and just the whole perfect thing, it's just like it happened at the right time, and that's the reason those movies have all become like culturally phenomenons. Like these things that we all have to see and we all talk about. If the Lord of the Rings if it had 10 more years or something, you know, it would have been that thing always. None of us would have ever even questioned it. But we do question it because it fell just a little too early. I admire Steven Spielberg. Guess he's an amazing storyteller. Yeah, Spielberg's great. I mean, what Spielberg does better than anybody is he takes stuff that's already been created. You know what I mean? Like, if you think of some of Steven Spielberg's best movies, they're books. You know what I mean? They're really, really, really good books. I mean, we were talking about it today. Jaws. Yeah, Jaws reads like a, oh my god, like a steak. You know what I mean? Like a beautiful steak cooked perfectly. Like Jaws reads like butter. So to make a movie about Jaws, pretty easy. What it takes is that eye, you know, and it takes the money. As George Lucas has talked about a bunch of times, you know what I mean? In Hollywood, a lot of the times back then, the trick with everything was that there were certain guys that just had the money to do it. Could anybody have put those kind of shots together? Sure, but they just did not have the power of the studio like Steven Spielberg had. He always had that Universal on lockdown, you know? Jurassic Park, man, that book slaps. I have been reading it for a month. Not a month, I've been listening to it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not reading it, but I've read it. I'm just re-listening to it all regularly. Like, I'm just constantly listening to different parts. If I miss a part, I fall asleep, or like, basically what I should say is I'm going through it word by word, you know? Like, really, it's amazing. To make the movie of it, every time I go through the book, I'm like, yeah, no wonder. You know? No wonder Jurassic Park's such a good movie. But I will say that Spielberg just has the eye. He has the right eye for that kind of stuff. When you read the scene about the T-Rex breaking out, it's not exactly how Spielberg does it, but you can see like how visionary kind of you had to be in order to make it look good, because it reads real good, but like how do you bring that to life? Especially, we're not even gonna go, I mean, Jurassic Park was revolutionary in terms of the visual effects and stuff. Nowadays, shows like The Mandalorian, they can be like, yeah, let's make a crate dragon that's 400 feet long. And okay, yeah, no problem, and it looks better than like anything that was ever on Game of Thrones, or it's just crazy. They'll, you know, they just didn't have it like that. For Spielberg, if he wanted to be like, yeah, the T-Rex is going to break through this thing, they had to like make a giant animatronic. They had to like literally develop technologies to like CGI technology to bring it to life, like visionary stuff. But again, the power of the studio behind him, you know? Spielberg had the power of the studios. He could say that. He could say, hey, here's the deal. We're going to freaking spend a bunch of money on this because it's what we need to do. And they would say, okay, Steven, no problem. It's a lot like what Quentin Tarantino had with that creepo Harvey Keitel. You know? Or not Harvey Keitel. Why did I say Harvey Keitel? Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Keitel. He's a good guy. Because Harvey Keitel's in a couple of Tarantino type things, like Dusk Till Dawn and stuff. But they had that's why Tarantino always could just do whatever the hell he wanted, because that guy was just going to give him money and say, sure, make the movie. When you have the power of the studio behind you, it gets really, like, it's interesting. That's why YouTube is such a game changer. Although YouTube is definitely, I mean, feature films like that are still not really made by people like average Joes, you know what I mean? You go onto YouTube and you see some people like who are camera people, they make little movies and stuff, but it always looks janky, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It never really looks properly cinematic. Even my vlogs or Casey Neistat's vlog, anybody's vlogs and stuff like that, it looks good, but it's YouTube-y. It doesn't look cinematic. It doesn't have, like, you know what I mean? Nobody's writing scripts. There's no costuming. You know? That kind of stuff still happens in Hollywood. And so it's really important if you're going to be like a filmmaker to have money. You need tons and tons of money. And usually that comes from studios. Why Spielberg was the man. It was cool because he got to do something like Jurassic Park and then be like, yeah, now I'm gonna go like do like Schindler's List, you know? He was just a cool, flowy kind of guy. I have a lot of respect for Spielberg. Very go with the flowy kind of dude. I like that. Yeah, Jay Park is one of those movies you could watch 1,000 times. Over, I mean, it just never gets old. Yeah, never. Never ever gets old. Jaws too. I mean, you can watch Jaws over and over and over. Never ever is gonna get old. You can watch it once a year for the rest of your life, and every time you'd be like, "What a movie!" Kill Bill, yep. Oh, Tarantino's the man. He's the best ever. No doubt in my mind. When you say who's the best director of all time, I'm like Tarantino. Because he is a writer-director, first of all, which makes you more impressive than just a director. Writer-directors are way more impressive. And, he just deals with things in such a way that you can think about a movie like Django or Inglourious Basterds. It deals with such heavy material, but it has this levity to it. You know what I mean? It's written in such a genius way, and it's shot in such a genius way that you're that you can kind of see past it. You know, but that subject matter adds you might be able to look past it, but you're never gonna totally forget this is a movie about Nazis. You know what I mean? You're never gonna forget this is a movie about slavery. You know, he doesn't let you forget that stuff, but he does it in a way that is, not user friendly, because your grandma's probably not gonna want to watch Django, right? It's probably parts of Django, like your grandma's gonna be like, okay, what are we doing here? You know? But it is user-friendly in a way that, like, I think only Tarantino could give it to, you know? Like, he's giving you something that is hot and spicy and really tough on a plate, and he's like, somehow it's gonna be able to go down. He's the man. He's the best ever. There's no freaking doubt in my mind. Spielberg's he's great, but he's not better than Tarantino. No way. Not a shot. Because outside of being a writer-director, have you even, like, some of those shots that he pulls are out of this world. Like, when you watch the intro to, say, go watch the intro to Django right now, right? Like, just put on Django, but just the beginning of it. Some of those credits, the way he rolls the credits over these, like, one of the snaps that he pulls, it's gotta be like I don't even know what kind of a freakish lens had to be created for the shot. Like, it is bananas. It's like a nature film. He's out there using like probably a lens that nobody outside of like nature photographers and videographers use. But it's so far away, and I can't imagine how hard it was to pull the whole thing back. Like, it's just a crazy shot, and it's all throughout Django, that stuff. All throughout Django, those moments, just non-stop. So just his eye alone, he might not be the visionary that Spielberg is, but he's definitely a better director. That's why Spielberg's done such an awesome job as a producer, you know what I mean? Yeah, we talked about Stan Lee for a while. Thanks for joining in, Mel. Appreciate you guys. Just chatting nerd stuff. We did talk Stan Lee. Important member of the conversation, he must be. When talking nerdy type things, you gotta mention him. Did you know Lucas invented the first Dolby surround sound? Like Lucasfilm, you mean? Like ILM, perhaps, or something? I'll have to look into that. I wasn't really aware. Are you excited for the Velocicoaster? Yeah, definitely. The concept of making those dinosaur noises are really powerful. Educated guesses and make it frightening. I know, those are amazing. We talk about it all the time on my channel, how like Jurassic Park's not exactly accurate dinosaur-wise, because I'm a dinosaur nerd, kind of. Not really. I wish like I was an actual dinosaur nerd. THX. Yeah, of course. Okay, that makes sense. Wow. It's really cool. Walt Disney, too. You know what I mean? Talk about visionaries. I mean, nobody was a visionary like Walt. Nobody. I mean, we were talking about how genius Tolkien was and all that, and his world building and all that stuff. J.R.R. Tolkien, oh my God, may he rest in peace. He wouldn't have been able to hold a candle to Walt Disney's visionary. Like his ability to see the future. Disney was just in turn. I mean, he was really on the next level. You know, so much so that like I think that in a time of emperors and kings and that kind of stuff, that he could have been freaking Alexander the Great. You know what I mean? Like really and truly, I honestly believe that. Which is a huge part of why I spend so much of my time at Disney. You know, it's Walt. He was another one of these 1 in a billion type cats. Just like Tolkien was, in their own regards, you know what I mean? Just like Michael Phelps is a 1 in a billion swimmer, or Usain Bolt is a 1 in a billion runner, you know? Like, people are good at what they're good at, and then some people are just on that whole next plane. And Tolkien was one of those dudes. Disney was one of those dudes, for sure. And yeah, I don't know about, George Lucas, he's kind of half crazy. All credit to him. George is kind of nuts. You know what I mean? George is a little... He's always said he just made movies that he wanted to see, you know? And I think all too often I can kind of see that in old George.
Yeah, so I wanted to add so we're thinking Jar Jar, we're going to add him here. Well, Jar Jar's going to come in and he's going to... he's going to use the Force against and everybody's going to follow him.
You know, like George Lucas is like not even close to any of these cats. I mean, like he's close to Spielberg in terms of his directing. I think they're both good directors, but Spielberg's got that visionary thing that Lucas only has with Star Wars. You know what I mean? Spielberg had it with everything he ever did, and continues to. George Lucas had it with 3 Star Wars movies, and Rebels, and Clone Wars. We gotta give him the credit. But he had Dave Filoni, and now we see how important Dave Filoni was to keeping George Lucas in line with all that stuff. We all know that if George Lucas had given us episode, well, hey, listen, 7, 8, and 9, George Lucas style, it couldn't have possibly been any worse than... couldn't possibly have been any worse. So we saw how easy it was to mess Star Wars up. At least we got to see how easy it was to mess Star Wars up. George Lucas was like, oh yeah, see how easy it is? See, yeah, gotcha. Impossible to make these freaking things. No, George. Poor Georgie. Poor Georgie and his $6 billion. He got 4 from Disney. I'm sure he's got about another 2 that he already had sitting around. Poor Georgie and his $6 to $8 billion. Poor Georgie and his little midi-chlorians. Yeah, I don't know how I feel. I hate that dude. I would be honest with you. I think James Cameron he's a joke. I think that guy is a total joke, right? Because he made Titanic, and it was fantastic, and it's probably one of the best movies ever. But like that at the time was like an absolute blockbuster. You know what I mean? So like he was all about blockbusters, right? Because that's what he tried to do all the time, is make blockbusters. So I think he's such a doofus that he's always hating on the MCU. As soon as the MCU started smashing all of his old records, Titanic and all that, he was like, you know, he got so butthurt. And I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? You are James Cameron. And you're mad? Because kids want to see Iron Man fight Captain America? What are you, stupid? You didn't read comic books as a kid? You could have made these. So when he started crapping on the MCU, I was like, alright. I already thought he was kind of falling apart after Avatar anyway. You know what I mean? Avatar is not exactly the greatest movie in the first place. It's literally just like the same story that's been told a billion times in life. Of like, oh, these people have something and we're gonna go there and take it from them. Oh, really? Like the history of like civilization, you mean? So cool. Wow. Oh, it's gonna happen in space in 3D? Wow, that's really revolutionary stuff. Like come on. So, I don't know about James Cameron. I love Pandora. Yeah, Pandora is still my favorite land in Disney by a lot. As much as I love Star Wars, I don't think it comes anywhere close to Batu. Like, I think that Pandora is way better than Batu. But those freaking Avatar movies, I don't know about those. I don't know about those movies. Jake Sully. WandaVision, so good. I'm probably gonna watch it when we get done. Just rewatch it all. It's so just fun. I used to, like, my grandpa watched all those kind of shows when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like Leave It to Beaver and freaking Andy Griffith, and you know, Bewitched and Dick Van Dyke and all the Brady Bunch and Happy Days. All the things that all these shows are based on. Literally, it was like all that was on the TV when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, cool. Harken back to a different time. I know it's going to turn up this week, I can tell you that. Spoiler alert, it's going to turn up this week. Just like Ahsoka was coming in episode 5. I mean, I promise you that this week's WandaVision, turning up. WandaVision. Yeah. I like the first episode, Vision. He's asking everybody like what they did at the job. I thought that was hilarious. He's like, well, here are those papers you asked for. He's like, wow. Can I ask you a question? What exactly do we do here? Oh, we process things. Like, yes, but what for? For what? What do we do exactly? That was my favorite ongoing joke because that's like such a trope of those shows that you never really knew. Like, Dad, I'm going to work now. Okay, bye. And you never had any idea where he's going. Or he just goes to the office, you know, and like just some random, it's just funny. Super funny. WandaVision. WandaVision. I hope you are all familiar with what's going on, at least so far. Spoiler alerts for episode 3 and 2 and 1, technically, of WandaVision. Geraldine is not Geraldine. Geraldine is Monica Rambeau, the young lady we were introduced to in Captain Marvel, who is almost assuredly a member of SWORD, which seems to be a whole lot different here in the MCU than it was in the comics, so I don't know much about it, but I do know that the acronym changed to Sentient. So, Sentient is, means, you know what I mean? Is that how they changed it? I don't even know what it is in the MCU. Anywho, she's working for Sword. She got all of her, you know, little kind of training probably because she was the daughter of whatever the hell her name is there. Mary Tyler Moore. That was another one that was on the house all the time. Believe it or not, it's a believe it or not, I'm walking on it. I never thought I could be so free. Uh-oh. Missing piece alert. Missing piece alert. Missing piece alert. Woo, woo, woo. Missing piece alert. Woo, woo, woo. Possibly be from? Where could that be from? Right there in the front, I believe so. Got him. Is this entire build filmed, or do you work on it on the side off camera? Yes, this entire build has been on camera. The entire damn thing, man. Every last click of the bricks has been live here on YouTube. Woo! What a nerdy bender we all just went on, huh, guys? Congratulations to all you nerds who just went on a nerdy bender. See you next time on Nerd Talk. King Kong, my man. Okay, alright, okay. Alright, okay. King Kong, alright, my man. Okay, alright, okay. My man. Medieval? I've been listening to medieval music for 20 minutes and nobody even noticed until now, including myself. How about them apples, huh? Well, you know what time it is. Real Steel, the boxing movie with friggin' Hugh Jackman, where they fight the robots. And the robot fighting leads. Oh, trust me, man. When I don't know if you've built the Colosseum, but this thing is like. Not one of those kind of sets, trust me. I know the feeling that you're talking about, because most of the time I would build my set in just like one fell swoop because I wouldn't even be able to handle it not being built. This thing, on the other hand, is a beast. I wouldn't have been able to drink the entire 44 ounces of cigarettes like one fell swoop sitting on the side of a single bill. Dude, to sit on the side of an entire build of this puppy, you'd have needed yourself 6 gallons of surly Sarlacc. Let me tell you, you didn't need an entire Sarlacc just to make the surly Sarlacc that you needed. I'm talking Boba Fett sized Sarlacc. feel it.
Feel those Assassin's Creed vibes?
What's up, Brian? God, imagine what it must have been like building the actual Colosseum. Eagle Bearer. Eagle Bearer. Cassandra. Freaking Aspasia, you know? Couldn't trust her. I knew it from the jump. That was one of my best freaking guesses ever. I said, oh hell no, this is gonna be Aspasia. And there she was. She was like, it's me, Aspasia. And I'm like, oh my god. I knew it was you, Aspasia. Cassandra got us through quarantine. She got, hell yeah. I guess so. I was thinking she got me through it, but I suppose she got about 10 other people, including Pat, through it as well. Cassandra's story was much more exciting than whatever was happening in the world at that time. Cassandra. She will return, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry. She is coming back. She would have already probably been back if I hadn't had a fiasco with my car. Hooray for that. If my entire week off hadn't turned into me playing Sorcerers in Magic Kingdom for a week, Cassandra might already be back. Tom, big important long day for me tomorrow. I'm getting my COVID vaccine tomorrow. Heck yeah, dude. Congratulations, buddy. Oh no. Oh, pains in my feet. Pains in my feet. Oh. Flip flops. Where's the flip flops? Where's the flip flops? Oh. That was a shark one. That sure was a shark one. Flippies, floppies, flippies. Balloon. Cassandra. Cassandra's journey will end. And our Far Cry 5 journey will begin. Oh boy, when I tell you not family friendly, you're gonna want to stay clear of the Tom's Game, whatever the heck I'm calling the gaming channel. I don't even know what I'm gonna call it. Probably not even have my name in it. Thanks, Tattooed Taint. Appreciate you. Tampa Bay versus Kansas City. I can tell you what, I want to see Tom Brady win another Super Bowl about as much as I want to get, like, I don't know, just some bats. I can think of a lot of scenarios. I hate that dude. I really cannot stand him. Like, I really can't stand him. Like, he gets all the lucky breaks anybody ever could get in their life. It's so weird. And I guess you can't hate somebody for that. I hate him because he kisses his son on the mouth. I think that's weird as hell. And I hate him because he's a cheater. And he worked with a cheating ass dude. Bill Belichick's a cheating ass dude. Bye, Patriots fans. See you later. Have a good day. The unsub, everybody's all like, oh, hell no. Dislike. I know you Brady Kool-Aid people are like the most Kool-Aided people ever. Kool-Aided! Hey, Kool-Aided! Yummy, yummy. Mmm, delicious. What are you drinking over there, Billy? Oh, I'm just drinking some of this Tom Brady Kool-Aid. Ooh, sounds good. Can I have some? So I pray to God, although I hate the Chiefs, that the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. Do you remember when we weren't even going to play football? They're like, we're not going to play football. I don't appreciate this Brady slander. Oh. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. It's just the truth. I know it's hard to hear, but it's the truth. This cheating ass fool kisses kids on the mouth. He gets all the lucky breaks that any human being could ever possibly get. Don't blame me for that. No, it's okay. I don't know if I want any of those. I really don't care. You don't. I mean, he's just like, come on. Come on. It's like LeBron, you know? Like, you like LeBron, I'm probably not, like, gonna get along with you. If you try to tell me LeBron's the best player ever, I'm going to laugh in your face. And I'm going to say, lose my number. Listen, Drew Brees is a beast. And pound for pound, a much better quarterback than Tom Brady is. But he doesn't get easy breaks. He doesn't have an easy division. I mean, Jesus Christ, you know? I don't watch football anymore because of Tom Brady. Just so y'all know, like, this hatred's not just coming from some random place. Like, I watched football my entire life. At first, I liked the Packers. And I like the Broncos. Because I like Brett Favre and I like John Elway. All I knew about the Patriots when I was growing up is that they were the team that everybody thought sucked. They had never done anything at all. They were blacked out most of the weekends locally because they couldn't even sell enough tickets. That's what I remember. And then all of a sudden, the Patriots won Super Bowl after Super Bowl. Everybody finds out they've been cheating. Then they don't go back to the AFC Championship for about 10 years. And then they win a bunch more Super Bowls. And everybody's like, yeah, Tom Brady's the best quarterback ever. And then I want to be like, yeah, just go put on some, you know, like Steve Young footage, you know what I mean? Put on some Joey Montana footage, and you'll be like, oh, okay, never mind. It was hard to watch, man. And what sucked the most is when you live it, when you're up there and everybody's like, oh my God, the freaking Patriots are the best. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Well, let me tell you something. If I loved my team, and then my team was like everybody besides the people that literally liked my team, every other person, every other football fan that was not a fan of my team, hated my team, I would not want to be a fan of that team anymore. I would be like, why the hell do I want to be a fan of a team that everybody hates? Because everybody thinks they're cheaters, and you know what I mean? It's just like, it sucks. That sucks. It doesn't suck as bad as being a Chargers fan. That's for sure, because being a Chargers fan sucked more than anything ever. Because you'd have these moments of greatness, followed by just devastating loss. It's like when Roger Federer was like super dominant in tennis, and everybody was like getting to a point where they were so sick of watching Roger Federer win. You know what I mean? They were just like, all right, like enough of this guy already. But tennis is such an individual sport that you like, if the guy's gonna dominate, he's gonna dominate. You know? Nothing you can do about it. Like, you think about a guy like Michael Jordan, like, Michael Jordan, like, when you say Michael Jordan, nobody, whether you're a fan, whether you were a fan of the Bulls at that time or not, like, everybody just agrees, you know? Mike was a great sportsman. Mike has no blemishes on his record. Like, he just played hard, came to win. He's the GOAT, you know? It's weird with Brady that you gotta have this freaking debate. And I wouldn't want that. You know what I mean? If that was my team, I would not want that. I would not want to be like, yo, my quarterback's the greatest of all time. And then everybody who's not a fan of my team is like, yeah, in your dreams. That would suck. It's better to have something like a Michael Jordan situation where you're like, yo, Mike's the best ever, and everybody else is like, of course he is, you know? Oh yeah, Mike had plenty of problems on and off the court. But he was the greatest ever, just athletically. He could he could single-handedly change the course of the game. Listen, Tom Brady's fine, all right? I get it. He's fine. He's definitely not bad. I'm not trying to say he's bad. He's freaking fantastic. But all those rings, man, half of them come from this blemished era of the Pats being cheaters, and then the other half come from all this recent stuff where it's like, sure, all right, cool. Those are the impressive Super Bowls. But it's just weird. I don't know. I could talk about it all night. Like, I really, when it comes to, it's like The Last Jedi. Like, I'll talk about it all night. Because when I'm passionate about something, I'll talk about it all night. And when I hate something, I'll also talk about it all night. So, P.S. Joe Montana for the win. Talk to you next time. Watch the footage. Got the pepper hand. Dude, come with those mini statues for the windows so I scarred Twitter. Oh, no. We did have a few. I forget where they were. Oh, excuse me. No, Rex, I'm not smashing this thing. I am not smashing this thing, man, because I just could never, I would never rebuild it. Never in a million, billion years would I rebuild this thing. I need more cocoa butter from my hands. Guys, this is getting hard. I'm starting to hit a little bit of a wally wall. What do you say we do the rest of this tomorrow? I need more cocoa and butter from my hands. God, this thing. You need more cocoa and butter from my hands. What would Jimmy Buffett do? What would Jimmy Buffett do? Funny you should ask that, Alan. You guys know that song? Of course you do. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. At 5 o'clock somewhere, that old clock is moving slow, so my something like molasses in the time, but it's July. Getting cold right now, go about a minute. My bus just pushed me over the limit. I could call it something. Thank God called it a day. Michelle, get some sleep. I'll see you in the next show. Thank you for being a mod. Thank you for modding. Thank you for your help. I think we've got this. Chat, behave yourselves. Behave your goddamn selves. I said, pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30. But I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Alright, we got this. I believe in myself. How many more bags we got? I'm not even gonna look. Not even gonna look. No, I don't care. 'Cause I don't care. I got friends in low places where the something, something, and something, something, and I got friends in low places. I got friends in low places. What would Tom Brady do? He push through, no doubt. Hey, listen, I ain't a hater. I'm a realist. Tom Brady, he would push through. That guy, he's committed. So Brady would push through, no doubt. He wouldn't even think about it. He'd say, hell yeah, let's do it. Buckle me in. Where's my kid so I can kiss him in the mouth real quick? Got him. Got him. That was pretty good. Come on. Go give Nemesis a kiss on the mouth. Let me tell you something, right? That dog's mouth smells like the inside of a demon's ass. It smells like fire and brimstone and ass. I brushed Nemesis's teeth the other day. That dog, I will tell you, I'm going to say this for dogs. This is a PSA for all dog owners. If you want your dog to live a long, healthy life, because I'm pretty sure 15, 16 years old for a boxer is like a long, healthy life. If you want your dog to live a long, healthy life, apparently, just let it be. Just let it exist. Don't do anything. Because I'm convinced that my old landlord who owned this dog and had owned her since the day she was born, not that, but you know what I mean, since she was a puppy, I don't know if he's ever brushed her teeth or given her anything for her teeth. Because her mouth is a mess. It was crazy. I was like, holy shit, this is insane. No wonder your breath smells like demons. Because your mouth is gross. But, here's the thing, right? Dog's bad healthy. She pees all the time because she's old as hell. But outside of that, she's super healthy. Weird. It's freaking weird, man. I'm pretty sure you just let your dogs exist. Just let them be. I can tell you what, the puppy that's coming, that dog is getting his teeth brushed every night. Every night. I'm going to be able to open that dog's mouth and stick my whole face in it. Be like, not this, it's going to be a tiny dog, so I can't do that. But I'm going to be like, kiss me on the face and the eyes. Wherever. You clean. This dog is going to be clean. When it comes up and licks you, you're going to be like, ooh, that smells good. Not like, holy crap, where's the ocean? Oh my God, this smells like a fishing dock. How is she? My dog's teeth are nasty. We have paid $800 several times. See, that's what I mean. Is that's probably what I would have to do, right? Is get this dog's teeth professionally cleaned. And I would never do that. Ever. That's $800. I ain't got $800. I got $800, not for cleaning dog teeth. That's for damn show. I am legit gonna brush the next dog's teeth from day one. They're gonna be used to it. The gums are gonna be used to it. I'll be like, here you go. Little chew toys to help with the breath, all that jazz. Nemesis is to an extent how she is gonna be until she kicks the bucket. She is who she is, and she ain't changing. No medications. She's gonna live a good life until she can't anymore. And if ass breath is a part of it, Nemesis, then let's ride with it, right? Ass breath for everyone. Ass breath. You get ass breath. You get ass breath. Everybody gets ass breath. They gonna have to drag him through the swamp just to put out that ass fire. Nah, Nemesis ain't good. No, she cool. Right? She's like, whatever. She don't care. That dog just wants to drink water, eat food, sleep, and get belly rubs for at least 20 minutes a day. Other than that, she don't want anything. It's been funny having an old dog like this, you know? None of my dogs, I don't know if that's really true. I want to say none of my dogs ever really got to that age. They were my parents' dogs, of course. They weren't my dogs, so I had no real responsibility in how, in any of that. But most of them did not live to 15, 16 years old like she has. So it has been an experience for me dealing with the older dog. And really kind of just realizing in my head, if I was old as hell, what would I want? I'd want a little bit of attention here and there. I'd want to not get spanked when I pee and poop in the house. And I want to drink and eat as much as I possibly can when I feel like it. So that's how I treat her, and she seems to be pretty damn good. Dude, what are you doing awake, bro? I thought you'd be asleep. Well, not asleep. Well, I guess not, huh? Anywho, thank you. I appreciate that, man. The trick is that you're gonna be older than me. So if I'm old as hell, what does that make you? Guys, there's no way I'm finishing this thing tonight. I'm having a blast, y'all, but there's literally no way. I am not staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning building the freaking Colosseum. Why would I do that? Why would I do that to myself? What the hell? I'm acting like we're like working for like the freaking Mr. Ebenezer Scrooge. He's like, we got a deadline. If you okay, like what the hell? I'm working when I do this. I'm the one that decides what I do with this. I put myself under all this unneeded pressure. Yeah, exactly. I think I gotta deal with, like, you know, some whatever. And I'll say, kiss my ass. I know he would. Hell yeah, he would. I didn't say that I'm better than Tom Brady. He's definitely better than me. That dude, he bangs Giselle. I mean, come on. That dude is a professional quarterback with 6 Super Bowl rings, who bangs a Brazilian supermodel, and kisses the kids on the mouth. I got nothing on that. I'm just some dude from the YouTube channels. And not even a big one, just a little one. Who needs you to come in? Somebody needs you to come in on Saturday, finish up the Lego build. Oh, but Gary, I'm supposed to take my wife and kids to the, you know, vacation thing. Nah, Gary, you're gonna have to go home and make your kids hate you. Because this is a movie. Jill says, I'm pretty certain I'm the oldest person in the chat. Don't know what the 60s were like, but vaguely remember the 70s. Wait, so that's not that old? I thought you'd be like, yeah, I remember the 30s. That's old. I guess it ain't nobody that's like 100 watching the Lego channel. Nobody's a 90 watching the Lego channel. Gosh darn it, I remember these things when they were made out of wood. Maybe we could put him on a bird. Or maybe we're making me sit and man give a me. Oh boy. Burp ski burp. Burp ski burp ski burp. Yeah, no, for real. We're gonna finish this tomorrow. We'll have no bags left, basically. How many bags? There's like 4 or 5 down there. That'll be fine. I'm just not staying up till 2 a.m. building this thing. It's not happening. No, sirree, Bob. Because here's what'll happen, right? I'll stay up till 2 a.m. building this thing, and then I'll go into my room, and I'll put on an episode of Survivor, and I'll start catching up on all my Instagram messages, and I'll look at my emails, and I'll start going on my YouTube, make sure that my numbers were all good from today, and by the time all that stuff is done, and I've actually decompressed, it will be 4 o'clock in the freaking morning. So, no. I don't think so. I know we just listened to it, but we're going to just put it back on. It's good and it's inspiring. Pat's live tomorrow, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. He can tell us all right now. His little sword. Pat's live tomorrow. He can tell you where and from what time. And then I will be live from the Epcot Center later on that day. To do all the things that we didn't do today. Pat is live. He's alive every damn day. He's live tomorrow from The Magic Kingdom. Bright and early. Rope dropping. Dropping ropes. They still do the rope? I gotta watch. I gotta rewatch. I gotta throw on one of the replays. I wanna know, do they still do the rope? Or is the rope kinda like a formality now? Rope is just assumed because you're on behind a constant 6-foot rope of your imagination. No ropes. Bummer. Yeah, once everything's back to normal, they got a rope drop because everybody's together like a bunch of wild animals. Attacking. During the normal times. It's a different vibe, those rope drops, man. Even the smell of like the park is different that early in the morning. Few and far between days have I been in a park that early, and let me tell you, it is a different thing. For those of you who may never done it in real life, IRL, it's a whole nother animal. Just like, say, staying till past park close, which is a different animal because there's no rides and there's no whatever, but that emptiness is different than the emptiness of like the mornings, because really the mornings don't provide any kind of real like emptiness. But those 2 times in particular, if you're coming on your next Walt Disney trip and you're thinking, how can I see something I've never seen? Or you've never rope dropped, or you've never stayed past park close for an extended amount of time. Try one of those 2 things next time you're here. See how it treats you. Extra magic hours, hell yeah. Me too. Trust me, I miss them too. Me too. Oh my god, this is so redundant. I'm literally losing my mind. Building this, and I have kind of, by the end of each build, lost my freaking mind a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. The next thing we build on this channel, after the Colosseum, it's gonna be some Harry Potter. There's gonna be small sets. Remember what I was doing right before the Colosseum, where I was like sitting down in my nice chair and going slow and chatting with y'all, and we were laughing and talking about funny stuff, talking about Legos and how much we all love the Legos, and now here I am, slaving away for the past 3 weeks on this freaking thing. How lit are you, guy? Lit. How lit am I right now, dude? I am about as lit as a candle in the wind. Flickering hopelessly, trying to make my way and survive. Yourself? How lit are you? Pat got stream in 4 hours. Pat doesn't have a stream in 4 hours. 4 hours is 4 o'clock in the morning. You're streaming at 4 o'clock in the morning, bro? Unless I'm mistaken, I don't know what Pat's plans are. I highly doubt anybody's streaming at 4 o'clock in the morning. Maybe that's the new secret. That's the new like hip time to stream. 4 a.m. Yeah, 5:45. All right, sure. People awake at 5:45. Some people. 4. I don't know. Super lit. Of course you are. It does look like he has a ring light, so it's lighting things nicely. Pretty lit. Oh, good one. No one knows the day nor the hour of any odd stream. Oat stream. I said, because I couldn't see it. Oh. What are you going to do if there are some missing pieces? Oh, there hasn't been. $4 hours. I'm like, 4 hours? What? Ain't nobody streaming in 4 hours. Bam, 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 bam. Ding, 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 ding. Okie dokie. A pagoda. What you doing over there, Clip Clop? We're gonna take you outside just a little bit. Get you some water. And then we're going night night. We're gonna get some night nights. You heard? Knock on wood, we've never had a missing Lego piece. Ever. Would I want to visit the Colosseum after building this? Yeah, sure. I mean, I've always wanted to build the Colosseum. I don't know if this makes me want to go there more. It's a good question. I mean, this is definitely cool. No, I would say overall it doesn't. I want to go the same. The same as I'd always have liked to have seen the Colosseum, you know. Not something that, like, obviously if I wanted to, I could just do it, but I haven't traveled abroad much just because, you know, getting out of the country just doesn't really feel like it's my cup of tea. I feel like I would be alright as a tourist and all that stuff. Like, I'm not abrasive, like American kind of dude. Maybe I would be, actually. I couldn't say that about myself because I've never been there. Could be kind of abrasive as a tourist. That's true, guy. Hey, that's true, kid. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's slow down a little bit here. What the hell is going on? Those are some very big pieces to not have fitting in here. What the hell? Where do these go? Oh no. How am I gonna get those in? Oh God. Let's just try to pop them. This could get very ugly very quick. Old technique called pop them is when you very slowly try to angle it in there and get it onto the stud and then snap everything kind of back in. And it worked pretty well for that side. This side though, not gonna be so lucky on this side, I don't think. I could try. We could try. Technique called popping, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, I got it. Nice job. Nice job over there. Get me trying to leave pieces out. See, that's a sign that we should be stopping. I knew it. Starting to make little mistakey poos. Nobody wants to be doing that over here. Nobody likes the little mistakey poos. Tony Soprano over here don't like little sticky poos, okay? I don't want you making no mistakes over here. Gabagool. Woke up this morning, got some gabagool. All right, here we go. Here we go. Sit right back in here, it's a hell of a hustler from around my way. He used to clock around the block from where my grandma stayed. Black BMW with brims to match, windows bulletproof. One night he jumped out the car and caught a bullet in his bubble goose. He caught a bullet in his bubble goose. He caught a bullet in his bubble goose. You could be at the party getting loose. Oh my God, this is so scary. Oh my God, I don't like this. This is so very scary. This is one big bastard. That's one big bastard, Chief. Chief, we got one big bastard on our hands over here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that was another perfect cut, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Let's go back in here. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Show me a little Colosseum bag. 30 through 35, which is exactly what we built. God, it's like sometimes I feel like I'm just like there's something about Lego that's innate in me. Because, like, I felt like that was pretty much the cross section. There's nothing to indicate that. It's just a feeling of it. So there it was. 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40, ladies and gentlemen. Only 4 more bags to go. And we will be... Oh, this is the biggest Lego set ever made. So yeah, it's the biggest one we've done because it's the biggest one they ever made. Like it's not pretty Legos. I should have never said nothing. Alright. Closing the book. Book's closed. Get our extra pieces over here. Look forward to listening to this soundtrack. For the last time tomorrow, we'll be finishing, of course, with the with that classic song. You know the song, the Gladiator song. I'll give you a little view of this. Look at that bad boy. I gotta hug it. She becomes greater. Look at that bad boy. Huge, man. Look at huge. You can put my head in here. Oh, I can't believe it's almost done. I can't believe it's almost freaking done. Can't wait for it to be done. Oh, wow, I'm tired. Holy crap, dude, that is such a hard job. We were entertained. Well, that was the most important thing. I tried to save a lot of my energy from Epcot today because I knew I was coming back to do this, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of extra love because I knew Pat was gonna be in the chat, not here tonight to give the proper conversation, but damn did I go 100 miles a minute anyway, so usually I can't do both. Ooh, well, you know what they say, like this, go like this. I love this light, a little too much light. A little too much light. There we go. Boom! Thanks, guys. I had a blast. Tom, thanks for tonight. It was so good. Oh, I'm happy you guys had fun. I had fun too. That was cool. That was good. I'm happy that we. Thanks again to. Oh God. Thanks to Debbie and her husband for hooking me up with this thing right here. It's like a little. It's gonna work great for building the Legos. Finished my Hagrid's hut tonight too. Make sure you tag us in it on Bricks Live on the Instagram so we can share it out. Thanks to my mods, which are now including Sam. Thanks to Sam, Tanya, Elizabeth, Pat, of course, myself. Thanks to me for modding. And of course, tomorrow night we will be building the horse that goes into the Colosseum. You didn't really know that you were making a funny joke right there, but it's actually, I have that. That's coming too. And Pat will be able to say, wow, look at that horse. Yeah, good nerd talk too, guys. Thanks for talking nerd with me. Oh, I'm going to go watch WandaVision. God, look at my farmer's tan. Isn't that hilarious? Except for the Brady part. Yeah, no problem. I still like you. Alright, for real, I would love to stay on, but I just don't feel like that makes any sense because I'm tired. My hair is crazy. I look like Wolverine. Kinda. Not really. It's more like Sabretooth. Night, Elizabeth. Good night, Maddie Boy, Amy, Callan, Octavia. Also, I want to give a shout out to, we had a PayPal for the Bricks channel, and that was, I want to make sure I do not mix up any names, because I got mine today as well. This was from Becky Baker. Becky, this was very nice of you. I really appreciate that. Congrats on the 1K. That was very, very nice of you. So thank you so much to Becky Baker for that for the PayPal. That was very nice of you. I forgot to read it last stream. Well, I didn't see it, so I will see you guys tomorrow night. I'm gonna put the stream up right now. Same thing. I'm gonna set it for 8:30. We'll have plenty of time. But it's not anywhere close to. It's not anywhere close to the amount of bags we have tomorrow. I mean, we're gonna fly through that. That's maybe an hour and a half worth of building. So I might even just set it for 9. To be honest with you, it's Thursday night. So ending this, setting up tomorrow's for 9 o'clock. The actual crazy finale. Whew! What a journey, Brian. I hope you get your shot and feel good. Francisco, everybody in the chat, all my pals.